I'm astrologer and life coach Penny Dix. Welcome to my YouTube channel and welcome to new people visiting here for the first time. If you're a new subscriber, many thanks for subscribing, and if you've not been here before, I hope you like the way I deliver my astrological information, and if you do, I would love it if you'd subscribe. Now, today I'm bringing you a look at the full moon in Aries, which is on the 29th of September. So that's in only a few days' time. So we're already in this energy. Now, when I've done my short overview of the astrological energies for this Aries full moon, I will do each of your individual zodiac signs. Now, to find them, you go to the description box where you click more, show more. A description box drops down and you'll see all the timestamps for each of the individual zodiac signs created by the wonderful, amazing Jerry, who at this point is going to magically make the full moon in Aries chart appear. And there we go. So remember, when we come to the zodiac signs, to check out not just your sun sign, but also your rising sign, because the rising sign is almost more important than the sun sign, because it gives you the area of your life that you can expect the energies or the focus of this particular full moon to be in. So let's have a look at it. 29th of September, it's at 09:57 GMT, and it's at absolutely 6 degrees 0 minutes. So it's very exact. Now, Aries is also, of course, the first sign of the zodiac. So that in itself gives a bit of kind of power, different sort of power to this energy. Now, I know some of you, including myself, have found the energies of late quite challenging, as an understatement. And I believe that the kind of energy of this particular full moon is going to see us breaking through some of this rather tough, sticky, difficult energy, where we all feel we've been kind of thrown into an alternate reality. So let's have a look at the energies before I move on to your individual charts. So let's have a look. So in the event chart, the full moon is in the 5th house. And the 5th house, of course, is the house of creativity. It's widely conjunct Chiron, but not really. So is this a full moon of healing? Chiron, in fact, who is the wounded healer, is relatively in opposition to transiting Mars, our planet of energy, action and aggression, in Libra, the sign of balance, where the sun is. So you've got this energy of the sun opposite the moon and Mars opposite Chiron. Wounds can be healed through this energy. That's what I really feel. And I think that because the moon is in Aries, and Aries is the first sign of the zodiac, so the moon has completed its particular kind of cycle. So it's almost like a new year for the moon. So it's like with a new moon, we make our intentions. We have our kind of thoughts in mind for what we would like to invite in to manifest. This full moon is saying, use this energy a little bit like you would a new moon. Look at what you would like to let go of in your life. Think about all the things, all the thoughts, all the feelings, all the overthinking, all the ruminating. Think of all of that and think about how you can let that go and leave it where it belongs, in the past. Now, Mercury in Virgo still is not quite out of its shadow, but very nearly. So this is why we've still felt some of this kind of energy of delays, of difficulty in initiating things, difficult overthinking, looking at the details. And yes, some things require that, but not everything. Now, the most important aspects of this particular full moon: Venus, our planet of love, relationship, of self-worth, of finance, in Leo, where it's been retrograde. So Venus is also still just in her shadow from her retrograde. Venus is sextiling Mars in Libra and the South Node. Venus is also conjunct the asteroid Juno. Now, Juno is the asteroid of relationship, marriage, commitment. No one gets married these days, so you know what I mean. Commitment, a hand fasting. We'll go pagan. So it's very much a time. It's an asteroid about healing the wounds that have really had a bashing through the energy of the last few months, especially because we've got that Chiron in opposition to Mars. So you've got Venus helpfully coming in with Juno to draw in that energy of the healing offered by Chiron to Mars, which can be our strife, our struggles, our difficulties, in Libra, which is about relationship, about looking for balance, about getting things back on an even keel, conjunct the South Node in Libra, as if it's pulling in what we already know, what we've learned from the past, and also to rekindle, renew relationships that have karmic elements to them, that have kind of been blown apart by the energies of the last few months. So we need to embrace this change, but stay grounded. And remember, the full moon is in a fire sign. So we might get all excited and, really happy to get things going and anxious to get things moving and put all that stuff in the past. And this energy is saying, just take it easy. Now, Saturn, a wonderful planet of timing, of boundaries, of restrictions, but of slowing things down, is all on its own retrograde in Pisces, making no aspect. But it doesn't mean we can't keep in mind its energies of timing to help us navigate these difficult energies. Just have some water. So, what other energies have we got? Because we've also got Venus, our planet of love and relationship, and Juno making a square. Now, that's a hard, challenging aspect to Uranus, our planet of the unexpected, of shocks, of surprise, and of course that brings in also the energy of Jupiter, our planet of luck and opportunity. Because Jupiter, although widely in aspect to Venus and Uranus, is nevertheless still part of this equation. So it's expanding. Any problems that you've had with relationships get expanded at this time. And this full moon is inviting leaving the past behind, finding a way through what might be quite challenging territory. Pluto, our planet of transformation, retrograde still in Capricorn, not for much longer. It's going direct in October on the 11th. So that will shift some of the energies. Pluto is trining Uranus in Taurus. So what is this bringing in? If you think about what we've got here, we've got relationships that may have been going through difficult times. We've got the healing energy trying to come in from Chiron. We've got Mars saying, well, I'm not sure actually. Not quite sure if I'm ready for that. The masculine, the, kind of proud masculine saying, well, I've been slighted, I've been hurt. And Venus with her sextile to Mars saying, let's look at this again. She's even got Juno helping her. Pluto, on the other hand, is making this trine to Uranus, which is like saying, let's try something innovative and unusual. Let's find a different way to change the structure of what has gone before that is no longer working. Uranus and Jupiter in the event chart are in the 6th house of service to others. So there's something here, I think, about humility, owning one's stuff, being aware, as I say in other videos, about the projections that we put on others. It's a time for reflection, this full moon. And Pluto is actually sextiling Neptune. So Neptune is bringing in a little bit of kind of lack of clarity in how this structure can change. But it's a sextile, so it's saying it's not unworkable, it's not undoable, it is doable. And remember, what we mustn't forget is that Pluto, our planet of transformation, is still in this ongoing square to the North Node in Aries and the South Node in Libra. Now, the North Node in Aries, which is about the direction we're going, our destiny, where the divine is pulling us towards, that is conjunct Chiron. Healing is possible, but not without a change of, a break of, a breaking down of the old ways. Think about this with regards to the politics everywhere. And I'm thinking also about, of course, the United States, because they are on their Pluto return with yet another transit from Pluto to their natal Pluto. So it's saying that change is possible. It's almost as if the future and a brighter future represented by that North Node in the 5th house of creativity is kind of waving, saying, come here, come this way. And Pluto is like, yeah, but I ain't going to make it easy for you. We've lost too much. Pluto can be about loss. Pluto is saying, I'm not prepared to lose any more. Think how the political situations of various governments throughout the world don't want to let go of the old way of doing things. And whilst they are caught in not wanting to let go of the old way of doing things, the new can't come in. And this Pluto square is exactly what that is about. Mars conjunct the South Node is saying, I know we are going to argue about this. I know I am going to probably stir up trouble, but maybe it's a kind of trouble that can be productive of change. Now, if we come back to the full moon energy, the full moon in Aries is about, think what Aries stands for. It's the new, it's the I, it's the me, it's the ego. What I feel it's saying is, if we don't let go of the old ways of doing it. Now, filter this down through every level of your being. Your old ways of thinking, your old ways of communicating, your old ways of looking after yourself or not, your old ways of working. If those don't go through significant conscious change, Pluto will bring in situations to our lives, and that's for the world as well, that will force us to make those changes. We're coming up to eclipse season in October. The 14th of October sees the first new moon solar eclipse in Libra. But we haven't got there yet. We are in the now, and the now is what we have to deal with. So, shall we go on to your individual zodiac signs? I'm not going to go into lengthy details, and so don't blink because you might miss it, but they are time-stamped, as I assured you. So at this point, the wonderful chart will magically disappear. Poof. Jerry loves doing that, and so do I. Oh well, it keeps us happy. Okay, so let's start with Aries. For you, Aries, this full moon, of course, is in your first house. And so it is about very much new beginnings for you. New beginnings and thinking about very much you, I, me. I'm not encouraging selfishness. What I am encouraging is a healthy sense of putting the self first, but with conscious awareness, not at the expense of others. So Aries, you need to look at what needs to be let go of in your life, especially in what I was talking about towards the end of my report, especially to do with your habits, your thinking, the way you run your life, your attitude to your work, your attitude to others. This has to go through a big transformation. That is what Pluto is offering you. Now let's move on to Taurus. Well, Taurus, my namesake. Yes, I am stubborn, Taurus. How many of you Taurians realize how stubborn you are? Because I tell you, as I've got older, I'm really aware of how stubborn I can be. And it's like, if only I could get some more flexibility sometimes into my life, I know it would make my life a lot easier. And so I give that to you, because how can you get more flexibility into your life? How can you get more cardinal energy into your attitudes, to your whole way of looking after the inner you? You know, this full moon is in your 12th house, about the inner you. It's where you feel fixed, trapped, imprisoned. But you know, Taurus, who the jailer is. It's you. I know it's me in my life. God, do I make things difficult for myself? But I'm learning. Can you learn? Because it would really, really help Pluto come in with those transformative, unusual, surprising events that you would now see that would help you transform your life. Gemini. Gemini, so for you it's in the part of your chart that is to do with the bigger picture, the community at large. It can be our hopes, our wishes, our dreams. Gemini, what do you want to manifest? Because this full moon is saying, I'd go for it. Leave what doesn't serve you behind. Change your thinking. Not always easy either for a Gemini. Gemini, actually use a little bit of that 12th house energy. Do a little bit of inner reflection. I think you'd find it super helpful. And Gemini, don't stab yourself in the foot. Because in the event chart, Mars and the Sun and the South Node are in the 11th house. So they are kind of saying to you, look, Gemini, Libra is about balance and harmony. Gemini, Libra is a cardinal sign. You are mutable. I think you need to get a little bit more cardinal energy into your way of thinking. Stop going over it time and time again. Stop the overthinking and get on with it. Because the full moon is in Aries, which is cardinal. Let's move on to Cancer. Cancer, 10th house. Career, your passion, your direction in life, your goals, what you want to be valued for. So the full moon is asking you to actually start looking at your passions and your projects and looking at what else may need to leave your life so that you can actually achieve and give more time to what you love. Because Pluto is really wanting to help transform the ideas, the plans that you have got. And Uranus is saying, give me some space and I can bring in the unexpected. Let's move on to Leo. Leo, ninth house. Ninth house of higher learning, travel, of that intuitive side of you, that part of you that can connect to higher energies. How much have you been tuning into your intuition of late, Leo? Or have you been getting in your own way and only listening to what goes on up here? Because Leo, I think this full moon is really asking you to get back in touch with the things that you value. That Venus in your first house, squaring Uranus in your 10th house of passion, of career, is saying, look, you're really not making it easy for me. So it's not about going back to the drawing board, Leo. It's about looking at what doesn't work and discarding it, streamlining the way you plan out your ideas and projects and passions, and the healing that needs to come in for you. See this as a new beginning. So don't see this so much as an ending, but see this as a new beginning, Leo. So let's move on to Virgo. Virgo, for you, it's in your 8th house. Sex, death, endings, beginnings, birth, rebirth, transformation, other people's money. Do any of those areas ring any bells? Because this full moon is saying something's got to give, something's got to change. What do you need to let go of? Is it an idea? Is it something that you too have been ruminating over? Is it something that you need some real inner healing? Some maternal nurturing of yourself? I'm feeling the energies of mother here. Now, we all have mothers or had mothers, otherwise we wouldn't be here. Maybe you've been feeling a little bit remote, lost. And even if we don't have a good mother around, sometimes we have to just connect with that maternal mothering energy, with Gaia, with planet Earth. You are an Earth sign. And that way we can somehow bring in the benefits of this Aries full moon, of beginning again. Nurture yourself. Don't let the way things are changing in your life, because there are lots of changes going on, don't let it upset your sense of balance. Remember, we've got Libra. The sun is in Libra. Don't let it upset your sense of balance. Stay in balance, Virgo. Libra. Well, of course, this is in your opposite sign, your 7th house of significant relationships, of this could be enemies as well as business partners. But let's have a look at it. It's relationships. Libra. Is there something to do with a relationship that you actually need to relook at and renew? Has a relationship been a bit fractured or a bit fractious? It's not like you, Libra, to have things out of balance or not in harmony. But I'm getting a sense here, especially with that Mars energy conjunct the South Node, that there's some kind of sense of you keep getting it wrong, or you can't please someone all the time. As if the frustration of someone or others not getting you or understanding you. So what you have to do is take a step back and think, well, what can I do? How can I change this energy in a way that heals me and heals the other? Because remember, we've got that Chiron opposite Mars in your sign. That Chiron is trying to bring in healing to you, to soften your pain. And that can come through healing discussions and new beginnings in significant relationships. Let's move on to Scorpio. Scorpio, it's in your house of service, day-to-day routines, and this is also the house of health. It's a full moon. It's Aries. It's in opposition to what's hidden in your 12th house. And, excuse me, Scorpio. Water. What would we do without it? So Scorpio, I think you've been feeling a little bit restricted in what you can get done in your day-to-day kind of routine. People have been putting kind of unwanted boundaries onto you. People have been trying to put you in a compartment. It's like the little scorpion that's been caught and put in a little matchbox. And you're going, whoa, get me out of here. And there's a part of you that is getting quite, I'm going to use the word aggressive, and saying, no, don't make out. It's like, don't seek to truly know me. You will never truly know me. That's kind of a truth for Scorpio. Scorpio, you have such hidden depths. This full moon is asking you, or rather inviting you, to find a new way through this kind of maze of negotiating a routine that works for you. You can make it work. You can close off, change, stop the things that are not serving you well. Don't worry about what serves everybody else well. Think about what serves you. Do not subjugate yourself for others. I think that's really important. Otherwise, Scorpio, you're going to find yourself trapped in that matchbox over the next month and desperately trying to get out. And when you do, by God, will that person get stung. Oof, I'm not going to cross any Scorpios this month. So let's move on to Sagittarius. Sagittarius, it's your 5th house of fun. Welcome to the house of fun. A line from a song. Is it fun for you at the moment, Sagittarius. I think you've been burning the candle at both ends. I think you've been run ragged with all the events, parties, energies, I don't know, seeing friends, doing things, mixing. I think this full moon is you making a conscious decision to say, whoa, slow down. I need to recharge my batteries. I need to just stop for a moment and take some time out and allow this energy, Sagittarius, from Venus squaring Uranus is actually looking at how you are handling your health. Don't let your health suffer from burning the candle at both ends. Value yourself more, Sagittarius. It feels as if you're putting others first and wanting them to be happy and having fun and trying to be as flexible as anything, when actually you need to, ask yourself, am I having fun? Am I really enjoying all these things I'm doing? So maybe it's time for just a slight change of direction with anything on a creative entertainment level. Now let's move on to Capricorn. Capricorn, this is in your fourth house of home, family, of ancestors. What is unfolding for you in the home environment at the moment is, I think, causing you to feel a little bit too like you want to break out a bit. It's like, it reminds me of the George Michael song. I think he's talking about sex, but he goes on about, we've had enough of the kitchen table baby, we've had enough of the hall, I've had enough of, and there's an element of that Capricorn is saying, I've had enough of doing indoors, I've had enough of getting my house in order, I've had enough of getting my family in order, now is my time. And so I think there is a lot of energy in this Aries full moon for you. Remember, you've got Pluto in your sign about to go direct again. And this Pluto is sextiling, which is helpful, Neptune in Pisces in your third house of communication. You are opening up your intuitive channels again. I think they've been a little bit shut down. I think that you've been caught up in a lot of doing and thinking and not in the being and intuiting. And the intuiting, in spite of this being an Aries full moon, can come in for you through that Neptune, because that Neptune, retrograde in Pisces, is also sextiling Uranus. I just wonder if something is going to happen that is unexpected and that you thought, there I was doing all this worrying, and it happens just like that, out of the blue. So this full moon could bring the end to waiting and feeling that you're stuck in your family or in your home. Let's move on to Aquarius. Aquarius, it's your third house of communication. It could be your local neighborhood. Aquarius, are you needing to find some more quality ways of communicating? I'm thinking of Pluto in your 12th house, it's absolutely kind of bursting to get onto your ascendant. Pluto wants to come in with this transforming energy for you, Aquarius. And Pluto is sextiling Neptune in Pisces, your second house of value. It's also money, but it's your self-worth. And I just feel that you've really kind of lost touch with feeling, it's like feeling empowered. Pluto has kind of pulled you back from feeling as if you are in charge or, I don't know, a kind of wonderful, powerful human being. And I think this new moon in Aries is really going to see you make a conscious change in the way you communicate so that basically your communication is kinder, gentler, less anger and more assertive, less reactive and more responsive. That's what I feel. Now let's move on to Pisces. Pisces, my oceans of emotions. How you doing, Pisces? Been a tough ride? Has for everyone. Don't complain about it. Pisces, this is in your second house of finance and self-worth. It's a full moon. You know what? This could be good news for your finances. If they've not been in a very good position, then I think this full moon is seeing an end to some of your economic struggles and a kind of flipping of the energy into something more positive. But not without hard work and not without some twists and unexpected turns presented by Uranus. Uranus in Taurus, which of course is all about surprise, and Taurus is all about money and finance. So Pisces, you can get a much better handle and grip on your financial status if you get back into that flow of the divine. I think all of us, all 12 signs, have been thrown up in the air lately, like a pack of cards, and none of us knew where we were landing. And for you, Pisces, this is you getting back in charge of you and your self-worth, and knowing that you have a lot that is valuable to offer to the world. So on that note, I will bring this full moon in Aries with all 12 zodiac signs to an end. I will be doing a live on, I think I'm doing it on Thursday night, and that will be having another look at the full moon and how we've been feeling as the week progresses. So, because the full moon is actually on Friday, but I'm going to do the live full moon on Thursday night because I think it's better. It's in that build up to the energies, and you know how I love doing my lives. So we're nearly in October. I'm about to start pre-recording all the October zodiac signs, so you will get them up there hopefully by the end of the week. It's me and Jerry working in harmony with each other to get them all up and running. So on that note, thank you so much for joining me. Please remember to like, comment, subscribe and share. And welcome to you new subscribers. Thank you so much for joining us here, and I do hope that you have enjoyed this full moon in Aries video. So on that note, I'll say goodbye for now. Thanks for coming.